Self is a coming-of-age story about a girl who is conflicted and embarks on a spiritual journey and is conflicted between two different religions. One is an Afro-Brazilian religion called Candomblé, and the other is Christianity. And people should come see this film because everybody is essentially in search of self. It's a narrative that speaks on the multicultural landscape that America has provided, and everybody, in a sense, is trying to find who they are, is trying to reconnect with their past. And that's the journey of my character, who's trying to reconnect with who she is and her roots to empower herself to be able to fulfill her destiny. And as somebody who's pretty spiritual and the universe is something that really drives me, I think that this film is something that will inspire people to really understand and take the time to know what their destiny is. We're now in June, kind of approaching the end of June, and we started this film. The idea came to be last August. And since I was an NYU student, we had to do it through a thesis, advanced thesis class. So the way that the class works, just to kind of give you context, only half your class gets to make the film, so it's super competitive, and only the best directors in the program get to shoot their film if all of their elements are in place, if budget's in place, if you have a dope cast already, if you have dope locations, and you have to make a presentation. And me and my brother came in last August, and we're trying to figure out a concept for my thesis film at NYU. And at the time, Michael Brown had unfortunately just got murdered. But as we know, in the film industry, only a few black stories get in and are able to really touch the big screen in theater, and Fruitvale Station had come out probably a year before. So my brother showed me this article from NPR about a lot of religious persecution going on in Brazil, and I read it and I was like, this is dope. And it just kind of was like, this is definitely what the film is going to be about.
Hi, I'm Helen Bayene, and I am playing the role of Natalia. Well, Natalia is an 18-year-old girl who is Afro-Brazilian, and she leaves Brazil when she's a little girl, and she grows up in America with her mom. When Natalia was young, her mom wasn't really around because her mom was involved with drugs, and then her mom finds herself through Christ, and then eventually takes Natalia back to America and raises her in the church. And eventually Natalia starts to have curiosity. It's called Oriinu, in search of self, because it's literally about someone coming to terms with who they are, and it's a constant thing that's constantly changing, and you're constantly figuring out who you are. And in this particular film, she gets reacquainted with Candomblé. Chelsea is the homie. She hit me up and was like, yo, hell, I see you as this character. And at first I was Brazilian? I'm so African, I'm so East African. How am I gonna play someone that's Brazilian? But then I read the script and I was just bro, I got this.
My name is Trayvon Lyle. I play the role of Gaddafi. Gaddafi is Natalia's boyfriend. They both are, in the context of trying to understand themselves and gain knowledge about spirituality and their culture and history beyond America. Him and Natalia have been together for a while, and they're in love. So him and Natalia talk about a lot of deep things. They talk about history. They talk about current day events, and they talk about their place in it and what they envision for the future. So for Gaddafi, Natalia's kind of the other piece of the puzzle that he needs on his journey to finding himself.
Hi, I'm Danielle Bonilla, and I'm a producer for Oriinu, in search of self. This was gold. When Iman sent this to me, it changed my life, because I know that it's definitely going to show a different narrative, a different black narrative. Because I think in America there's this one particular narrative that you see, and it's MLK and Selma and 12 Years a Slave, and I feel it's just kind of deepening and delving into a different narrative that we don't see every day, just in terms of the African diaspora. There's so many narratives.
Just one thing that I really want to always put forth in the film is that this film really isn't, I feel some people may watch this film and think that, we're critiquing Christianity and that we don't really, that we're trying to say that, that Christianity is kind of has done negative things in the world, or it's kind of dividing people. And yeah, we still are Christians, and I still believe in, spreading love, and I think that's really what Christianity is about. But at the same time, in spreading love, you need to understand that there are many different people have many different ideas and beliefs on how this world works, and it's about kind of instead of focusing on the differences and that, oh yeah, my religion, we believe in God, or we believe in Allah, or I believe in Jesus, or I believe in Buddha. It's about kind of like, seeing the similarities in the religions as opposed to the differences that divide us.
You want to, we can play the blame game. You can point your fingers and make a list of those names that shame the brotherhood and would devote themselves to the change, the prophets for the promise. I swear it's always the same. What's the saying? Ignorance is freedom, but if you're ignorant, you probably never see the kingdom.
One reason someone should come see this film is because I think by engaging in this film, people will begin to understand their own individual importance in the context of the whole planet, and in relationship with the rest of humanity. You'll learn why you're important and why you're here, in my opinion.
Watch it, support it, and love yourself.
Somebody should come to see this film to see a story that's not really being told, and that needs to be told in the media more.
We're celebrating blackness.
For you, if you want to, take your time to let it all out. Before your 2 minutes are 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 out.